Hello everybody, welcome to qualifying for the French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard 1991. Michael Schumacher still in that ever difficult Coloni and aiming to try to get a best result of the season. Oh no. Well, I've only ever raced on the 2018 post 2018 layout, and it shows because I expected the road to carry on and then to take a left hand, but it's a tight bend to the right. Now I have seen this on TV modes before on this game, but I completely forgot and I idioted it up. How do I say it? Idioted it up. So yeah, that's totally my fault, and that was the warm-up lap, thankfully. So now we go into the qualifying lap, where hopefully we won't do the same thing again. But we have, and I tried to make the corner this time and lost my front wing. Never make the same mistake twice. No, of course not. But I did, and now that is a compromised qualifying lap, I'm afraid, and already welcoming myself to a world of frustration because I haven't qualified off the back of the grid this year, not on merit anyway, and it looks like that is going to continue. I'm struggling. I think I might have lost the rear wing there as well, although it felt like I just lost the front, but whoa, that barrier was surprisingly forgiving. But let's check. Yeah, no rear wings, so yeah, lost everything that could possibly carry this car around this lap at any sort of reasonable pace at all, and I've completely messed up. I am going to try to complete the lap because you never know if someone will break down and not be able to complete the qualifying session, and I might gain a position, so that is worth trying. But yeah, realistically I'm just going through the motions now, and without a rear wing of course it's even more difficult. And yeah, disappointing qualifying, making the same mistake twice, and already very much on the back foot for the race. And I'll keep on moaning about the Coloni, but today the problem was very much the driver, and although it is Michael Schumacher's career, let's not forget that it is me driving as Michael Schumacher, and that was very much my failure there, which is going to see me have a dreadful qualifying result. And we're going to rest up here, park up here, and go into the race and just hope for better, really, because yeah, anything's got to be better than that. Well, that is not the final qualifying order. We'll finish the session and we'll see Senna on pole from Prost, Mansell, Patrese, Boots and Berger. So all Williams, McLarens and Ferraris up in the top 6 as usual, and I am nearly 30 seconds off. So I did manage to complete the lap, but here we go, ready to start the race, and hoping that it is going to be very much, of course, another slow start, but let's hope I got a chance, because that sort of dive into turn 1, it could well lead to making up quite a few positions and making up for that disappointing qualifying. Now I've got to be a little bit careful because that Jordan is over, and I'm again, the Jordan's been pushed in my way. I avoid him, and I go into that Ligier. The Ligier was already stopped. Martini spun across the track, and there was no way I could avoid him. Well, I made the apex for the first time this weekend, but unfortunately it was the apex straight into Martini's spun Ligier, and once again no front wing for me. I'm hoping I do have a rear wing this time, but no front wing once again, and obviously the ultimate definition of frustration, because I have not had one clear lap without something happening of some description here in France, and it's disappointing because this was my chance to do even better than I did in Canada. But look at us, PK going through and trying to move on Damon Hill, who's struggling without a front wing, but PK misjudges it and off he goes, and I bump into Hill a little bit as well. So, well, that's not what you expect from a triple world champion, but I'm guessing PK must be getting frustrated at being in that Dallara and lacking pace. I'm not convinced he would have been doing much better if he'd stayed with Lotus. I think PK just got to accept that his career is on the down and out now, and yeah, unfortunate for Nelson PK, but you know, position gain for me that I would have lost. I'm 16th at the moment, so all those cars that were damaged, and there's a few damaged cars pitting, this could be a really good position. Well, I'm moving up to 15th, I think, just 15th at the moment, but I believe there might still be damaged cars still out on track. So, opportunity maybe to gain a few more positions. No, I've done the same mistake again. That's 3 times in 4 laps. What on earth is going through my brain, or lack of brain, because that was a completely moronic mistake to make, and I've done it again, and off I go and down to 20th place. And been overtaken by quite a few cars there, and I was thinking about what could have been, because I think my highest finish was in Imola, or I think it was something like 13th place there, wasn't it, or 14th? And I fancy myself with the amount of cars that were getting damaged to maybe make it up to 12th or 11th. Not points, but the best result of the season, and that's everything that I was hoping for, but doesn't look very likely now. And that is Piquet spun Dallara, you see there, from when he tried to pass Hill earlier on. And there is a fair amount of struggle that Coloni is not running as I want it. That is a Lotus off, so I do pass the Lotus, not on track, but again, karma for the opening race in Rio. Yes, I still haven't forgotten about that little swipe that Lotus gave me in qualifying, although I'm not entirely sure which Lotus it was. But yeah, here we go. So up into 19th place and closing in on Stefano Medina in the LaRousse. So I've got some pace in spite of not having that front wing. Oh, Medina is going to the pit, so he's carrying damage. I think there might be, there's a few cars carrying damage, because I'm back in the 16th, so I'm back where I was. Can I get this corner right for once and for all? And the only time I've got it right was when someone spun in front of me, and that negated it. But this time I have got it right, and I'm 10.7 behind Regnano, so that's not likely to happen. It's a good time to go and have a look at the replay of the start, where Senna then, he's there with Prost on his right, but Mansell gets a strong start, and already Mansell, and I think Patrese too, they are both ahead of Alain Prost. So Senna leads the race in the Williams, Mansell in the Ferrari in the second, Patrese ahead of Prost, and that Tyrrell has got ahead of Bootson's McLaren in the 6th place. I believe that is Martin Brundle. Actually no, I think it's Jonathan Palmer. So good start from Palmer, and Tyrrell, could they get a point? Will he be able to stay ahead of Boutson? We'll find out. And here I am now 14 seconds behind Arnoux, so I've lost a lot of time, unfortunately, and yeah, it just seems to be how it is realistically, doesn't it? Here's the replay of the start for me, and go down, look, you'll see all the cameras, and I'm on the grass at that point, so I've lost a bit of control, although I'm sure I could have got control back had it not been for that Ligier sitting in the middle of the track. So desperately unlucky, because I can do that dive bomb so many times and nothing will happen, and unfortunately that time there was someone spun across the track and I was out of control anyway before I hit him. So yeah, not really much that could be done there. And now Arnoux, I think, has passed Verstappen, so it's Jos Verstappen who is ahead of me, but by 17.1 seconds. I am a long way off. It is the final lap, and Senna has won the race from Nigel Mansell, who has run in close this weekend, but not close enough. Senna wins, Mansell, Patrese, Prost and Berger a long way off, and we're waiting to see who crosses that line in 6th position. Will it be Boutson? It is. He has repassed the Tyrrell, so that's unlucky for Tyrrell, but it's just what happens, I'm afraid. And you know, the top 3 teams are so far ahead of everybody alive. Had to be cautious, and Damon Hill has gone past me. I believe he took repairs, so he's running very well at the moment, and Hill in the 16th is starting, I think, to rain. Senna, the front runners have already crossed the line, so they won't have to deal with it, but I believe that myself and Damon will. It is getting quite sticky very quickly here, and yeah, not sticky, the opposite of sticky, slippery. Don't know why I said sticky, but that's Damon off. I'm going to repass him, and Damon has made a mistake, and he's gone off. I hold it on the road without a front wing, which I've had to put up with the entirety of the entire race, and that will do, I suppose. 16th place, considering all of the adversity I've had to face in this race, is not the worst result, and I'm going to have to take it, because I don't have a choice. So Senna wins, Mansell, Patrese, Prost, Berger and Boutson. The championship, Senna now leads it. He's on 60 points to Mansell's 54, so extending that lead. Patrese on 32, Prost 28. And yeah, let's have a look at some highlights then. So this is Piquet going through and just going totally into the side of Damon Hill. And yeah, I was being cautious through there. Piquet wasn't. He went to get past me, and I think then carried too much speed in and couldn't stop himself. This is the moronic moment where I made the mistake for the 3rd time in 4 complete laps this weekend, and yeah, just really ridiculous. I mean, yeah, okay, I already didn't have my front wing, but that wouldn't have helped. And the other thing is, it cost me, I think, 4 positions on the track. So you look, I finished 16th. Well, I know everyone in front of me had damage, but there is every possibility I might have just finished 12th. This is to demonstrate how close Nigel Mansell ran out and Senna in this race. I think Senna runs off there under the pressure. I don't know if this is the final lap. I guess we'll find out in a bit. I think this might well be the final lap, the final moments of Senna approaching towards the flag. Still with Mansell behind him. He looks closer to 1.5, so I'm guessing maybe Mansell got bolted here by that Brabham, which Senna is struggling with as well. Mansell could have had an opportunity there, but then Senna makes his way through, and then Mansell is stuck behind the Brabham as they go into the final corner, and there is your 1.5 second gap, and Senna wins yet again this season. Not as dominant as most of his wins have been, but Mansell kept him honest, and we are now going to have a look at this replay. This is Boutsen with Roberto Moreno coming out of the pits right into his path, and Boutsen loses his front wing, Moreno loses his rear wing. So really, a bit of a miracle that Boutsen was able to recover to 6th place. And this finally is Damon Hill, I think, defending for me in the closing stages and going off in the wet and handing that 16th place back to me. He was wide very early, very early. Damon ran wide, and that is it, and off he goes. And all it remains to say now is thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this grind, please remember to like and subscribe, and take care.